Hello guys from All Workstation. I'm with a famous man. He's called Kevin NOWLAN. He makes some comics, some famous comics. So how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
So you are here at the TGS. It's your first time at this convention?
Yes, first time in Toulouse, first time at this convention, yes.
And for you, how was the day?
It's great. The people are terrific, very friendly. We're having a lot of fun, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have a first question for you. For you, which things it's made good comics for you? Which things made for made a good comics today? Which stuff you need to for make a good comics?
Which what?
For made a good comics. Are you?
What is it that makes a good comic?
Yes.
For me? Oh, that's a great question. I like a wide variety of things, but I'm old enough that I'm kind of nostalgic for the comics when I was younger. They appeal to me probably more than they should because the stories weren't very sophisticated. They were most of the time kind of silly, and I still love those. But for newer material, I like something that, even if it's dramatic or whatever, I like a fair amount of humor in there. That's just what appeals to me, and of course, good artwork. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Have you some codes? Do you respect some codes for made your comics? For made a comics? Have you some codes or some stuff for like comment dire des codes expectés? Des codes.
Do you have some things that you really have to do to respect?
Some things that I've asked to do that I.
No. Some things that you really need to do. Some, for example, the design of a character, something like this.
Yes, I designed for the Batman animated series. I did some character designs. Quite a few of the villains. I think I contributed to the redesign of the Joker and things like that. Other than that, there haven't really been that many times when I've designed the main characters. The Jack B. Quick series that I did with Alan Moore, that was brand new. So, of course, I designed the look of all the characters in that. But no, most of the time I'm doing work based on someone else's designs.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. And during your career, have you one day say, I need to change my style or my style?
Early on, yes, I was kind of fumbling around trying to figure out what my style was or if I had a style. And then eventually I just stopped worrying about that and just tried to draw as best I could and let it go in whatever direction. You know, if you try to think too much about style instead of just basic drawing, you can end up in some weird areas. But I think those things sort of take care of themselves as you continue to work. Yeah.
Okay, thank you again. Have you already made a collaboration with other comics artists, or have you the project to make a collaboration for?
Yes. Well, with other artists.
Yes.
Well, when I'm inking, a lot of times I contribute quite a bit there for shadows and textures and refining things. So yeah, I'd consider that a collaboration. Yeah, with the penciler. And most of the time when I'm working with the writer, there's at least some. I'm making some contribution beyond just the drawings. Alan Moore, not so much, because his scripts were so detailed and specific. There really wasn't any room for anything to be added to it. There was so much on every page. Just if I just included the things that he asked for, there was so much on the page that it wasn't wasn't really a collaboration in that regard. I wasn't contributing to the story, just the artwork. So.
Okay, thanks again. And for you, could you speak more about the making process? You're making a process about your creation of character. How you made a character? How for you born a character? How you prepare your character? How you made your character? So,
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
c'est un processus de création. Could you speak more? Could you speak more about your process?
How do you create the character from the very beginning?
Oh, the Jack Be Quick?
Yes. How do you design it?
Oh, have I? No. Okay. Yeah, Alan Moore just said, for Jack Be Quick, in his script, he just said, in the first story, he said, he's just a young Midwestern farm boy, but he wasn't specific about his appearance or anything like that. So, I put glasses on him because he's supposed to be a boy genius, and I thought he looked smarter if he was wearing glasses. And my son at that time was around, I don't know, 6 or 7. So that's why we made Jack that age, just because Alan wasn't very specific about what age he should be. So for the look of the character, we sort of based it on the way my son looked, and his clothing, since it was the setting was a small town or a farm community. That's why I put him in the overalls and the oversized boots and all of that. So those little details were my contributions. Yeah.
And have you a favorite character on your character to design?
Yeah. So, Jack Be Quick is definitely my favorite. That's the one where I've had the most input into. I've created a few others, but that's the things I've worked on. That's really, I think, the best.
Yes. Okay. So about have you future in the future? Have you some new projects for the future, or have you work on the new project, or?
No, not. I have small things. A bunch of covers coming up. A bunch of Green Lantern covers that I'm doing, and a few things at Marvel on Doctor Strange, more covers, and a 10-page contribution to a Doctor Strange annual that's coming up. That's all. Yeah, I've kind of avoided big projects for a while. I usually run into deadline problems, so if I stick to covers and shorter stories, then I don't have as much trouble with the deadlines.
And about Doctor Strange, have you saw on the cinema the movie Doctor Strange?
Yes, I thought it was really good. I thought it was great because it seemed very faithful to the comic books, especially the very old Doctor Strange comic books. Yeah.
I love this movie. So
yeah, it's terrific.
I saw this Wednesday, so first time. So
yeah. Yeah, it was terrific. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you. And do you prefer? This is your personal question. DC or Marvel? Do you prefer?
When I was a kid, I was definitely a DC reader, and it was only years later that I started reading the Marvel books, just because I wasn't finding enough DC comics. So I finally started reading the Marvel books, and now I probably like them about equal. I think I'm still more fond, though, of the DC characters, just because those are the ones I read when I was growing up, and I came to the Marvel characters just a little bit later, so there's not as much nostalgia with the Marvel characters for me. But it's pretty close to equal, I think. I like Green Lantern at DC, love doing those covers, and then at Marvel I really like Doctor Strange.
And have you last message or last word for your fan? Last message or last word?
Last message were no. No, No, I would just say that I'm very appreciative of the people buying the books and keeping us all going, because it's a wonderful way to make a living. I've thoroughly enjoyed it for the last 30 some years. It's a terrific field.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Sure. Thank you.
It was a pleasure for us.
Very good. My pleasure.